Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Unlimited. In the last part, I completed the main game, and it's now time to go through the special features of the game. The extras, to be precise. One of the new features added in version 1.2.1 of this game is the charge shot. You can turn on the charge shot either in the menu system while in the main game, or if you go to the special menu and you either go to the endless attack, endless boss attack, or Whirlpool Man stage, you can choose from either the normal buster or the buster having the ability to charge up, which is nice. So yeah, in this part we'll be going after Whirlpool Man, the extra boss similar to the DLC in Mega Man 9 and 10. I do find it nice that the Whirlpool Man has a boss intro as well as a portrait, like the other Robot Masters. And Whirlpool Man stage is basically the water stage of this game. Well, I said earlier that the Y Stage 2, Occupied Y Stage 2 to be precise, was the water stage of this game, but now that we actually have a Robot Master, this is the dedicated one. We have the Bladefish and Metals from before, as well as the Metal Swims, but now we have some other interesting aspects. Those propellers from there, they generate wind, which allows Mega Man to be carried upwards by the draft. But you can't jump up or slide, you must move left or right out of it. Those mines on the left are called spread mines, as if you destroy them, if you hit them enough times, they'll detonate after a while and release themselves in a spread of 8 pellets, omnidirectionally. Those seahorses are called sea horses, which basically act like tellies, though they're much more dead. They take more hits than normal tellies. Now the charge shot that was implemented in this game, in this version of the game, it acts like the one from Mega Man 6, it seems, as it's bigger and wider than the one in Mega Man 4, but it's not as wide as the one in Mega Man 5. It seems to do 3 points of damage per hit, so that's pretty nice. So yeah, Mega Man's main arsenal is pretty nice. Here's the mini-boss of the stage. PF-1407A Z0/1E. Yeah, I'm guessing it's a reference to something. It's basically a giant jellyfish where there are two parts of it. He keeps firing lasers from his body from those orbs, and to destroy it, you must wait for it to open its cover at the top, when you can start wailing on it. But after a short while, it'll start firing all those pellets and energy orbs omnidirectionally, so be cautious while taking them on. Over here, I just passed another pathway I could have taken. For this part, I'll be covering this pathway. I'll be covering the next one after I complete this stage. Those fishes here are called Big Fish Mach 2s, as the Mach 1s were in Mega Man 2 or 3, I believe. They're immune to pretty much all of your weapons, except for the nail shield, as they're armor piercing. Also, the seahorses have a tendency, as they go to the wall, they have a tendency to leave their item pickups embedded in the wall, so it's a little bit annoying. But overall, this stage isn't actually too much of a difficult thing. It's actually one of the medium difficulty ones. But most of the stage difficulty comes from the spike navigation, as well as the boss. This is where the two paths meet up. And an alternate way you can destroy this giant jellyfish is by using the Nitro Blast, or the Yoku attack, as I'll show soon enough, as it pierces through the shield it generates. See? Only 4 to 5 hits and it's down. I do like the mechanics of this stage, as the original game was sorely lacking a water stage. It went through several revisions while in beta as well to make it a little bit harder, but I do like the concepts as shown here. I just wish that the whirlpools, over shown here, were actually in the Wily stage in some manner, especially in Wily stage 2. As a side note, for each of the pathways, you have the ability to collect 4 mini E-tanks, so I have 1 E-tank at hand for the boss fight. But that's pretty nice. Just be careful about how some of them are a little bit more challenging to get. Here you have to carefully navigate through these pathways so you don't take yourself up too high, and so you don't get hit by the spikes. Now you can do this much faster by using the Comet Dash to skip past these. I decided to take it the classic route and just use the Mega Buster. And thankfully, while going to the extra stage here, you have all of your special weapons unlocked from before. So I basically have all 8 of my special weapons, the rush utilities, as well as the Yoku attack. Be careful with jumping here, as there's a surprise fish. I suggest using the nail shield. If I didn't actually use a Comet Dash, I would have been knocked back. Anyways, time for Whirlpool Man himself, who I would say is on the upper leagues of difficulty out of all 10 Robot Masters now. He starts by diving off in one of the 4 directions, left, right, up, down, and releasing all these mines. Make sure to destroy the mines that are closest to the ground. Otherwise, when he actually begins to suck it up, like here, when they reach him, they'll explode in omnidirectional patterns. Problem with that is that if there's any mines close to the ground, it becomes kind of difficult to dodge those attacks. And after he destroys all the mines on the screen from sucking them up, he'll switch his turbines and charge towards you. Please note when he's sucking all the mines in, you cannot damage him at all. So as long as he's moving, you can damage him. Also, when he's moving on from either horizontally or vertically, he releases those bubbles with those pellets in them. Depending on which direction those bubbles are oriented, they'll release pellets at certain intervals, either horizontally or vertically. Usually though, if he's moving horizontally, he'll release those bubbles vertically. If he's moving vertically, he'll release those bubbles horizontally. But overall, as long as you keep the pattern straight, he isn't too difficult. But with that, he's down. By defeating Whirlpool Man, we get the Water Cannon, which fires a continuous stream of water at enemies, and if the enemies don't have any invulnerability period, it makes them really easy to take care of. Here's a demonstration of taking on the PF 1407 using the Yoku attack, which also pierces through the shield. But it's easier to use as you don't need to be aiming at the top part of the jellyfish. You can fire any part, and within 6 hits, the boss will be dead. Alright, though, here's the second path as I took from using the spread mine explosions. I would say that this is equally difficult as before, but in a different sense. We have all these big fish from before, yes, but the difference here is that we don't have all those seahorses trying to knock us into the pit. In order to get that mini E-tank from below, we have to slowly make our way downwards and explode these spread mines. Just be careful so to not fall too much, otherwise you'll fall into the abyss. I strongly suggest that you have the nail shield, so it makes it easier to dodge all these projectiles, as well as absorbing all those pellet shots. And the Comet Dash makes things a little bit easier too, as you can, if you really wanted to, you could just Comet Dash your way downwards and just skip blowing up the other ones. I really didn't want to take the risk here and decided to just use the Comet Dash, but I realized that I could have made it anyway. And for our efforts, we got the mini E-tank, as well as that extra life. And here's where the paths meet up again. Here's another demonstration of using the Yoku attack against the giant jellyfish. Mega jellyfish, to be precise. See? Don't need to aim. Fair and relatively easy. Anyways, before I end this episode, let's show off the Whirlpool Man's weakness. Whirlpool Man is weak against the glue shot. Though, because of how he moves, it can be a little bit tricky hitting him with it. The glue shot also destroys the mine in one hit, though several other weapons do that as well, like the jet missile. So, basically to defeat him with the glue shot, just wait for when he slows down or is in movement, and then fire it off. Be careful not to get too close to him, otherwise you'll get hit by him. Kind of like this. Yeah, the glue shot's trajectory makes this fighting him with it a little bit difficult. Though you can combine the multiple forces and just use things like the nail shield to make things a lot simpler, as the nail shield will absorb all those pellet shots. But with that, he's down again, with his weakness. But with that, this part's over. In the next part, I'll go do the endless attack mode. Thanks for watching and have a nice day! Doodles!